Good morning, my brothers and sisters, on this episode number 170. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, after, evening, or night as we continue discussing the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I am one of your four hosts, the Brazilian Mickey Mouseketeer and Transition Toodles, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge of the jury and the executioner of all lies and fake news, Patrick Pinocchio Novacell.
I'll tell you what, your intro so far is fantastic. It is a 10 out of 10 already. Keep it up.
Wow, already just slapping on those lies, laying them nice and thick.
Laying them thick.
Yep. On his left.
Hold on. Did you say after evening? I didn't hear afternoon or afternoon. Did you say after evening?
I decided to combine them. I just was like, you know what?
Also, your good had a little bit of a rev to it. It's like, good.
Yeah, I was going for that. I was like, let's
11 out of 10. I forgot about the good.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Now I believe you. On his left and my right, at least in spirit, the hippity-hoppin' beast of the 100-acre wood who can make you laugh in 3 words or less, Ronnie Johantis. Hi. And last. Yeah, that's right. And last, sorry, I almost thought I forgot.
That's usually what happens when you come to the end of the list.
But I did say Patrick, so I was like, wait, did I forget Patrick? No, he's right there. He's Pinocchio.
9 out of
10. Yep. Oh, crap. And last, but certainly not least, the final member of our GMG Quadfecta, who's gone a little bonkers in his heart, has a very merry unbirthday on his brain and a fresh spot of tea in his old stomacho, Marc, the Mad Hatter Boucher.
I'm a very merry birthday to you.
To me?
To you.
All right, guys. If you didn't guess it, happy Walt Disney Day. Walter Elias Disney was born on December 5th, 1901. And so the day after his birthday is a holiday that connoisseurs and founders of such things decided to celebrate his life. And given how much I love Disney and Pixar, decided to throw that out there just for kicks and giggles, give you guys little nicknames, especially since Pat last week was so bored with my intro. So, thought I'd spice it up a bit.
Totally redeemed yourself.
Wait, so his birthday is December 5th, so they made the day after Walt Disney Day.
Trust me, I triple checked it. I don't understand why. Maybe they didn't want to compete with his birthday. I mean,
guess.
RIP, he's not with us, so I don't think he's going to really be bothered by it being on his birthday, but they decided to do it the day after his birthday. So
yeah, you also don't want to compete with the 6th of November or December. So
yeah, December 6th.
Yeah,
that's true. Good call.
Be careful. Mm-hmm.
Yep, be very careful. All right, but enough about Walt Disney. We are going to just start ourselves off with Pinocchio himself, the Big Liar Pants. Patrick Pinocchio Novacell.
The Big Liar Pants.
All right, no strings on him.
That's right.
Well, okay. So I'm gonna buckle up.
Buckle up.
Yes.
Perfect.
So this past week, it's the life front has been pretty chill. We did a couple things as a family. We went to Kings Island, the amusement park here in Cincinnati. And they have a Winterfest going on, so they have huge trees and candy cane forest and icicle land or whatever. So we had a good time there. The one cool thing about that is there's the replica of the Eiffel Tower that is there, and they have lights that are streaming all the way down it. And so there was a big countdown. They had a choir there and everything. Yeah, so there was a big countdown, and they lit the lights up, and yeah, it's a good time. I mean,
now you may not know the answer to this, but I'm curious because I believe Las Vegas has a replica Eiffel Tower. What is the size comparison to the real Eiffel Tower?
I think it's a third of the Eiffel Tower.
A third?
Yeah,
that's not bad. That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
So
Cool.
So we did that, and then the other thing we did this past week, we at my son's elementary school, they have what they call Light Up MHE, which is Light Up Montford Heights Elementary. And so they allow cars to drive through the parking lot, and they have there's the little lanes that they need to go in, and there's Santa's there. They have a lot of Christmas stuff. They do Kwanzaa. There's like Chinese New Year. They do all these different types of like, you know, December holiday celebrations, not just Christmas. So it was pretty cool.
Festivus.
The Festivus, yeah. No Festivus, unfortunately. If they did, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
So it started at 6:30 and it went till 8. So it was like 6:15 and it's like 2 miles away. So it's not far at all. We hop in the car and we're driving there, and it's 7:30 and we still have not gotten into the parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
It is insane. Like, we don't remember it because this is we've been doing this for a few years now, when Claire was at the elementary school, and we never had any problems getting into the parking lot. So this year was just crazy. So it was 7:30. My wife was just done, and my daughter was done, and my son was having a good old time. You know, he was oblivious to how long we were in the car, and so I was like, "Turn around, I want to go home." And I was like, "No, let's try to get in. We've waited this long. Why don't we just stick to it?" And so she's like, "No, I want to go home." So I turned the car around. I get into the garage, and my son's like, "Hey, what are we doing? Like, why are we home?" Like, he's so oblivious to us going home. And I just see his face, and I'm like, "Buddy, we'll go back out. We'll drop the girls off and we'll go out and we'll see if we can get in." So we go a different way. We go the back way, and there's absolutely no traffic this other way. We probably were waiting in line for maybe 5 minutes. So I don't know if it was just because it was coming to the end of the time, or if it was just no cars this way. So we were able to get in. He went through, got his candy canes and oranges and passport stuff. So he had a blast, and I'm so glad that we were able to get there and experience that, because just seeing his face, he was just so like disappointed that we were home, because he didn't know what the heck was going on. So I'm glad we were able to get out and do that. So yeah, we had a good time. So I would, if I had to rate that, I'd rate it 6 out of 10 because of the horribleness of the traffic.
Right.
But so yeah. Oh, I forgot to rate my Kings Island trip. That was a 7 out of 10. We were there it was cold. We were there for a couple hours. Spent like $100 on food. It was outrageous. The kids, and we haven't been to Kings Island in quite some time. So I was like, it was kind of like making up for it. So,
that's
7 out of 10
park
there.
For you.
Yeah, right. I know exactly. It was just like, it was just outrageous. We was like, we were gonna get something. It was gonna be like $45 for us to eat. We're like, let's just go get a pretzel. And then we're like, let's just get some candy. Let's get some fudge. Well, let's just get some hot chocolate.
And $100.
I know, yeah. I was like, dang. And then we get to the hot
chocolate. That $45 meal back.
The hot chocolates were $5. I was like, $5? I can get a whole pack of 12 of them for $5. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not getting hot chocolate. I'm not doing it. I can't spend another $5. So, but yeah, it's a good time. Now on the movie and TV front. Oh my gosh. This past week, I was on a mission to watch movies.
Yeah.
First movie watched Divergent with my daughter. She just got finished reading the book, and so we're going to watch the movie. And I think I had seen this before, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Which sucks because Claire and I were supposed to be watching the Marvel movies all the way through. We stopped at 4 movies.
Oh,
I keep asking her to watch Avengers, and she it just never happens. But we watched.
That's where it really takes off.
I know,
Come on,
right?
Claire.
Yeah. So
Don't stop now.
We watched Divergent. It was okay. It was a 6.5 out of 10.
What did she think of it? She read the book, so
she said so. There was a lot of similarities. There's some differences, but she was excited that she's going to read the second book now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. The next thing that I watched was Hawkeye. So there have been three episodes so far, and
there have been.
It's really good. I really like the Kate Bishop and Clint Barton. I love the dynamic and the chemistry that they have. It's awesome. Yeah, it was great. I would so far I would rate that a 9 out of 10. Plunger arrows.
Concur.
Yeah, it was good.
I have not watched episode 3 yet.
You don't want to go with USB arrows?
It could be. I mean, it could be. I don't want to get into spoilers.
I know, right?
So, yeah.
The arrow I would pick, I definitely am not going to mention. So
yeah, you can't mention it yet.
No.
Until Marc sees it. We'll do a spoiler cast.
We will, and we'll just talk about half of it. Will just be talking about arrows.
I know.
Let's talk about the different types. There are different types of arrows. There's sharp arrows. There's USB arrows. There's suction arrows. There's arrows connected to other arrows. Arrows with ropes. Arrows with food.
There was a scene
We're gonna see how long you guys are gonna let me go.
It's like the Bubba of arrows.
It's like, how long are they gonna let me talk?
There was a scene. I think they were in like a warehouse or whatever, and Hawkeye's, he has his arrow bag and he's just shooting arrows, and my wife's like, how many arrows does he have? So we started counting them. Oh, it was like 9, 10, 11, 12. Now it might have been 13. And then the next, shot, he's talking to Kate Bishop, and his bag is full of arrows. Like, we're like, what?
Correct.
That's an infinite amount of arrows.
Oh, you didn't know Hawkeye is friends with Legolas?
It's
just infinite
I
quiver.
mean, that's his actual superhero powers. He has like a Hermione bag that just has endless amounts of arrows in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The next thing I watched was Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
It was all right. I mean, it was just okay. There was a lot of times where I didn't understand what the heck Venom was saying. It's that's what it was. I'm like, oh man, I wish I had.
Now, did he make you laugh as hard as Marvel Ultimate Alliance Venom?
Heck no, not even close.
But it's a crappy movie.
Yeah. The Venom 1 was better than this one. I liked Venom 1 better than Venom
Fair enough.
2. I would rate it 7 out of 10 symbiotes.
Okay.
The next movie I watched was 8-Bit Christmas. That was awesome.
I want to watch that one.
That's the movie about Neil Patrick Harris. He has a daughter, and he talks to her about the one Christmas where he tried to get in Nintendo back in like 1985 or something like that. It was in the 80s.
I'm pretty sure he's not even clear when it was in the 80s.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was in the 80s. Great movie. Absolutely loved it. It's probably gonna be a movie that we'll watch during Christmas time for years to come. I think it was just a really cool.
Now, was it did you watch it with the whole fam?
Yeah, whole family watched it.
And did they understand the jokes, or did you have to explain anything?
No. Mel and I understood more of the jokes than the kids did, for sure. It was a lot of nostalgia. I mean, like when they bust out the Power Glove, I'm like, wow, what a piece of crap that is. Yeah. So yeah, I would rate that 8 out of 10 Power Gloves. It was good. I liked it.
Okay, nice.
Right after that, the next night we watched Sweet Home Alone, that new Home Alone movie on Disney.
I can't get my wife to watch it, so
you shouldn't watch it. You shouldn't.
Oh, really?
No, it was.
Had a feeling.
Yeah. I was afraid too.
It's not the same. It's not the same as Home Alone 1 and 2. It's not the same at all.
And it never will be. They've tried so many times.
I can't. I don't want to bash it because I know some people are gonna like it, but it's just for a kid. My kids loved it. I'm gonna give them that. My kids loved it. The time when the kid is setting up his house just like Home Alone 1 and 2, and for the people that are coming into his house and they're going through all the the traps and things like that. That's fun, and the kids laughed a ton. And I mean, I gotta give it. It's that part was fun, but overall, nah. I mean, I'll never watch that movie again.
Fair enough. Do you guys see that the actual house that was used in Home Alone, they've now set it up to where you can it's an Airbnb?
Yeah, I saw that. I would totally stay there and
Absolutely.
set up traps.
Yeah,
and set up traps. Get a day early before my friends and family, and then invite them over, and then just watch the hilarity begin. Paint cans falling, from the sky.
I'd have to gently touch every doorknob just to
to not burn yourself.
Watch out for those basement stairs. They'll get you.
Don't get
Then
scared.
we make the 6 o'clock news when they're like, local West Virginia Brazilian man sends all his family to the hospital after hurting them at the Home Alone house.
You should watch that video where it's literally like it's like a doctor that's going through everything that happens in Home Alone.
Yeah, and what it could do to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah. Lots
much.
of death.
Lots of dismemberment, missing appendages. Yeah.
All right, so those are the movies that I watched. Oh, wait, there's more. I watched 7 more movies.
Oh my gosh.
And it was the entire Spider-Man series.
I'm sorry.
So Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and then the new Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
At least you ended well.
Okay. So, I forgot to give my rating for Home Alone. 4 out of 10.
All right.
4 out of 10, don't watch again.
Yeah. 4 out of 10 don't watch again.
All right, so I'm gonna go through a couple of these pretty quickly. Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire, 8 out of 10 bone saws. Loved it. It was good. I really like it.
Saw is ready.
Spider-Man 2, 9 out of 10. I thought it was solid. It was I mean, I don't remember it being that solid. When we were going through our top 100 movies and you had put Spider-Man 2 on there, I was like, what is that on there? And then I watched it again. I was like, okay, all right, I get it. It's really good.
All right.
Spider-Man 3. So this has been a huge debate of one of the worst Superman or Spider-Man movies or superhero movies out there. I rewatched Spider-Man 3, and outside of the emo part, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Spider-Man 3. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as I remember. Now I
don't believe you. I don't
say
believe
that.
you.
I'm gonna give it it's a 5 out of 10. I mean, it's not. I mean, I won't.
Too high.
I mean, I won't watch this. It was because I watched them back to back. It was fine. But if I had to wait 2 years, if I had to wait 2 years to see this movie, I would have been, back in the day. Yes, we were all mad that we waited for that.
You could run through an art museum and I could interdisperse masterpieces of art with children's drawings, and you could run through it so fast that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. That's what I think happened here. You just blew by it so fast that you unfortunately, since it was sandwiched with Spider-Man 2, which is really good, and Amazing Spider-Man 1, which is a refreshing take on Spider-Man compared to Raimi's Spider-Man, it's I don't know. Your 5 out of 10 is questionable to me.
So I liked the side story with Sandman, where he's a dad, just has bad luck, and
only positive part of that.
It was that part was really good. He was so remorseful and about the whole situation of shooting Uncle Ben. It wasn't really his fault, and he was just doing this for his daughter. He's like she's the only thing that matters. And I'm like, as a dad, that hits me differently than when I saw it back and when it was released.
So the one of many things that I don't care for in Spider-Man 3, I do not like the fact that they retconned and made Flint Marko the guy who shot Uncle Ben.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But
make him kill Aunt May or something. Do something else. There's lots of things he can do to make Spider-Man sad.
Aunt May's gotten younger and younger as I've gone through this series. Yep. My gosh. She was true. 800 years old in the first one, and now she
started as the crypt keeper.
Well, like even in
now she's a swimsuit model.
Now, even in Civil War, that whole line from Tony Stark, he's like, it's hard for me to believe that this is anybody's aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched that one. That was 5 out of 10. Then I went on to Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man was good. I would rate it a 7 out of 10. I really liked how he was, whenever he took off his mask, he was so beat up, and which we don't get in the other movies. There's times I've watched the new Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. And he does get scratched up, but then the next scene he's clean. He's no scratches on him.
He has healing powers. He's Spider-Man.
Right. Well, with the Andrew Garfield movies, like it takes him a little bit to actually like he comes home and he looks like he's just about died. And I like that because he was in action and he was just hitting walls and just falling and just like he's injured, like so, and he was just beat at the end of the day. So
he looked like how the Wet Bandits were supposed to look in Home Alone. That beat up.
Yeah, exactly. Home Alone 2 after they hit with those bricks.
Oh my god.
The brick indentation on their forehead.
It still hurts.
So I watched Amazing Spider-Man, and then obviously the next one I watched was Amazing Spider-Man 2, and oh my gosh, this is amazingly bad. Like it's like Gwen Stacy dies at the end. Like what?
Spoilers.
Like yeah, I'm spoiling. Don't watch this movie. It is not. It's
Gwen Stacy dying is comic book.
I don't care. I don't care if it's comic book. These movies they play with the source material, and they could have made her live, which I didn't like. It takes 1 hour and 50 minutes in the movie for Spider-Man to see action outside of his New York Times Square part with Electro, which is weird, by the way. He's like, I'm no longer Max, I'm Electro. It's like, you are horrible.
Yeah. I don't really care for the fact that they made him like super nerd. Like where did that come from?
The Riddler from Batman Forever? Yeah. He has that same feel to him.
Yeah, it took an hour and 50 minutes for him to finally get into action with Electro in the power plant, and 13 minutes and the action's over. There's 13 minutes of action in this movie, and it was bad. I'm like, when is this gonna happen? When is this going to start? And so just because it took, if I would have watched maybe the last like half hour of the movie, I'm like, this is actually pretty good. But it was no. And then at the end, when they're like, hey, let's talk about the Sinister Six and let's put Paul Giamatti as the Rhino, it's like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, so 4 out of 10, maybe 3 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 10. You could sway me on this one. It's just one of those movies I don't think I'll ever see it again. I watched this again just so I can get ready for No Way Home that's coming out next week. But yeah, so then I go on to the next one, which is Spider-Man Homecoming. Loved it. It's all right. We're back into the good Spider-Man movies. 8 out of 10. And then I just most recently watched Spider-Man Far From Home today, and that was pretty much close to Spider-Man 2 as the best Spider-Man movie that there is so far. Outside of Spider-Verse, that's a whole different topic. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for Spider-Man Far From Home.
Nice.
So those are all the movies that I watched this past week, and I was like on fire. One of the reasons why is because I didn't play Apex all week last week, so that was a whole reason why I was able to get in some movies. On the gaming front, and I told you, buckle up. So I played some games this past week. Lucas, you and I don't think we talked about this, but we beat It Takes Two. I had played that
finally.
With Marc. Yeah, finally beat it. It took like 6 months for us to beat it.
That's it.
Yeah,
like nothing.
Lucas got the platinum. I had already gotten the platinum. I tried to get some trophies on PS4, but I started it late, so I didn't get the platinum on that one. But yeah, 8.5 out of 10 on that one. Really fun game. And then I played. So last week we were talking about American Hero, which is that new FMV game from 1995 for the Atari Jaguar. So I was like, you know what? I want to play some more FMV games. So I rented this game called Ground Zero Texas from GameFly. And this game came out on the Sega CD back in the day.
Ooh, that's a pull.
And it got re-released. And I remember I could never beat it on Sega CD. And so this game's probably like 2 hours long. And all you're doing is shooting aliens. And after every single shot that you shoot the aliens with, they make a screeching sound. And you kill like 250 aliens.
Oh my gosh.
And it Absolutely is annoying. Not. It is annoying.
Can you replicate the sound? I want to hear it. What does it sound like?
There we go.
That was so awful. Zoom was cutting you out.
Yeah, thanks, Zoom. Appreciate it.
I was like a dying parrot.
It was. I remember it being great back in the day because it was like, oh, this is full motion video. This is live action. This is pretty cool. It's never been done before, and it was bad. 5 out of 10. Five out of 10.
Why they never did it.
What's that?
You found out why they never really did it.
Yeah, it was bad. But I'm still on this FMV kick. So there was this game that I mentioned last week that I bought. It's called Bloodshore. And this game, the story is this guy. He is like an undercover cop kind of guy, like a James Bond kind of guy, that was going in to take down this corporation that's putting on a battle royale. So there's like 50 contestants from you just sign up. They don't take it's not like a selection process. You sign up and you're able to get in. So it's 50 people get on an island, and just like any other battle royale where you have a shrinking circle, instead of a shrinking circle, it is live mines are activated to make it smaller. And so the choices in this game is much different than American Hero, where they just give you the options, and it gives you like maybe 3-4 seconds to choose which option you select. And this game was just recently released, and it was kind of like very similar to Hunger Games, where it was live streamed. It was the game show was called Killstream, so live streamed across the globe, and the acting was all right, but the story was awesome. So awesome that I had played through it. It took me about an hour and a half to get through the first playthrough. And so I had a great time. I was like, this is pretty sweet. I wonder what it takes to get the platinum. And it took me 9 playthroughs to get the platinum.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
However, after every selection you've done, and if you've already seen that scene, you can skip it. Oh, so the more you played, the less you would see.
Good.
And the more I played, the more the story unraveled, and I can get more of the story, which was really cool that way. This game was really fun. And I was like, just on Saturday, just played for maybe about 4 hours to get the platinum. Solid game, and this game is 9 out of 10 for me. I love these FMV games. I love the Telltale choice games. I love those. You put those two together, and I'm all in. So. Yeah.
Sweet deal.
Big week. I have 2 life events and then 35 movie and games.
You sure that's it? There's just something else that you'd like to...
Oh, yeah.
Did I miss something?
In there.
Oh, my gosh. Did I miss something?
You? Did you miss something?
I don't think so.
Any Hallmark Christmas movies?
There's one other game that I played. It was the Avengers, the Spider-Man event.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
And so Spider-Man, the look of Spider-Man is okay. The swinging around is horrendous.
Makes you appreciate the Insomniac games.
If you want to play Spider-Man, you play the Insomniac games. Like, bar none, there's no debate about it. It's just so janky. It is so janky. And there's no story with it either. All it is you have to do like challenges, like do 10 of these, do 15 of these, do 5 of these.
That is such a waste
And then
of time.
after you do that, then you get an audio file of the story. And after I got the first 3, I was like, okay, there's like 11 of them or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'll just go through all 11 and I'll be done. I got through 5 of them. I was like, this is awful. Like I am just like fighting the same people over and over again just to get the story. Like it's not like it was the Kate Bishop or the Hawkeye or Black Panther where they actually had a story with it. And you just went through the story. You went through the levels and you got your cutscene and so forth. There's no cutscenes, and you're just going through like, hey, do 3 drop zones, and then you get an audio file. It's like, I don't want to do this. Like, it was tedious, and so I was very, very disappointed all around with that.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. But what are you talking about? Christmas movies? What did I miss one?
I don't know. Did you watch any Christmas movies or?
Well, you watched 8-Bit Christmas.
8-Bit Christmas, Home Sweet Alone.
Oh yeah, I guess you did mention that. Yeah,
Home Sweet Home Alone. Yeah.
Never mind. I was specifically talking about Hallmark ones because those are magical.
No. So yes, I did watch. There was a Netflix movie called The Princess Switch 3 with Vanessa Hudgens, where she plays
Mark's face.
You
just ate a lemon.
This is the third movie. So it's the first movie is about Vanessa Hudgens finds that she's like a baker in like New York, Chicago, or something like that. And she finds out there's a princess or a queen over in England somewhere that looks just like her, and they meet and they do a switch. Like, what would it be like if I was a queen? What would it be like if I was a baker? Things like that. So it was Princess Switch 2. They did the same thing, except there was a cousin that also looked exactly like. So Vanessa Hudgens plays 3 different people.
Wow.
And then this third one, the same thing. She plays all 3 different people, and it was like an Ocean's 11 kind of thing where they're trying to steal something. It was it was okay. As far it was now on Netflix. It wasn't Hallmark. It was all, you could tell it was low budget. 6 out of 10.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Sure.
Mark,
hey,
what would you like to share with the class?
So it's been sort of a light week on the gaming side and sort of the life side, but because it was kind of a down week for me health wise, so a lot of it was just kind of just chilling out, going down the YouTube rabbit trail and things like that when it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Technically Sunday was part of last week and didn't get to talk about my wife's surprise birthday party. She turned the big 30, and so had a surprise party at her parents' house, invited a bunch of her extended family and some friends. Nice. And had a fun time with that. Had some nice red velvet cake, and which is her favorite, and some home cooked chili, which is always fantastic. Her mom's chili is amazing. Absolutely love it. But yeah, it was a good time. Had a lot of fun with it. And then this past weekend we had some family tree decorating. We decorated her parents' Christmas tree with all their. This tree was freaking huge. This was like a 14 or 15 foot tree.
Whoa,
in
dang.
That is serious.
You need a ladder.
Yeah.
You got to stand on somebody's shoulders, or maybe 2 people stand on shoulders.
They have a very high ceiling, so they can they have the space for it.
Brought in a crane?
Basically. You had to climb a ladder like just to get to even sort of the top, and then to put the star on it, my father-in-law had to go to the second level because there's like a loft area. He had to go up the stairs to the loft.
Jump off the loft.
And thankfully, he didn't have to jump, but like he had to actually reach over the banister and trim the top part of the tree so he could put the star on. And this thing is massive.
It's like Christmas Vacation tree.
Yeah.
Little fool. A lot of sap.
But yeah, when it was done, it looked absolutely fantastic. This thing is beautiful. I'll have to take a picture of it next time I go over to their house. But
yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun doing some decorating for Christmas. We're all decorated here at our house. Man, I've been sorely lacking in the Christmas movie department. I need to get going on that. I started watching 8-Bit Christmas, but I did not finish it. So I'll have to keep watching it for sure. But on the gaming front, man, light week for that too. There was one game that I booted up, surprisingly. And so I just happened to catch that Fortnite, the end of their season, their chapter 2, So with Fortnite, they have these like huge cinematic events when their end of season thing happens. Like I know the end of season 1, they had like this, like the world got sucked up into this big black hole, and then for like a good 24 to 48 hours, that was all you saw. Like you couldn't boot up Fortnite.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was super crazy.
So they did that again. This time, basically, there was an event where you had to go at a certain time, and you would get on a server, and you'd kind of hoard around this big event that had like this big timer on it, and it was counting down to 0. And then this event started happening where this I don't know 100% of the lore on Fortnite, but there's like some lady called the Cube Queen that basically just started like opening up portals, and all of these aliens and stuff kept coming out, and you had to like fight them, and then you and everybody else that's in the server had to fight these aliens. And then the main guy from Fortnite, I think his last name is Jones, I can't remember, the dude with the blonde hair that you always see on Fortnite promos and stuff, he gets captured by some organization, and he's getting interrogated and stuff. And all of a sudden you see this guy in this mech suit come busting through the door to save the guy, and all of a sudden the helmet kind of comes off, and it's The Rock. It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh man, here we go.
He voiced the character and everything. He's basically the main guy of this company. I believe it's called the Foundation, and he's there rescuing this character, and so they're making this big escape and everything, and they're going through all this wreckage, and all of a sudden one of the aliens busts through one of the areas that you're in, and it lets a whole bunch of water through, and then all of a sudden you come out from underneath the water, and you see that the entire island is literally flipping from end to end. It's getting flipped over, and that's their excuse to completely change up the map. Because basically what you're seeing is the flip side of the map.
Which would just be a big soggy mess in real life.
And gross. But
squishy.
But
they're gonna change all the walking steps for the first couple weeks just to.
But yeah, so this Foundation group, they dispatch the Cube Queen and the Disappear, but not without the map flipping over, and the last shot is of you kind of drifting on this piece of driftwood, just in the ocean, and that's literally all you could see for the next like 24 hours. You couldn't play Fortnite. That's all you could do when it booted up. The season has started now, Chapter 3. I haven't played it since the season started, but I saw that Spider-Man is in it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I will be seeing what I need to do to get that.
He may swing better than the Avengers game.
More than likely.
1,000%.
And I'll have to see what it takes to get The Rock on there, but hopefully it's not as crazy as like Superman, because I'm sure.
Now,
if it is, I'm out.
Yeah.
Is this the first time that a real person has been a character?
No. Ariana Grande has been in it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
I think others have been in it too. I'm trying to think who else. I know Marshmallow's been in it, like the DJ guy, Marshmallow.
Oh yeah. Pancake Man.
Pancake Man.
That's a real person? Pancake Man?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sure they've had
Thanos was in it.
I'm pretty sure they've had other real people. Yep. But yeah, Ariana Grande was in it recently.
Wow. Really
I know Timothy Chalamet's Paul Atreides was in it.
The same amount.
Oh yeah, from Dune?
Yeah, they had his Paul Atreides in it.
I'm pretty sure they could put Jesus in it, and I would just be like,
no.
All right, I'm still not interested.
Not spending any Jesus dollars on that.
No, I mean, if it costs Jesus dollars to unlock him, I'm good to go. I could unlock like 1,000 Jesuses. I've been saving up.
Goodness, but yeah, that's been pretty much my week. It's been a real light week for me.
All right.
Lucas,
I guess that leaves me.
It does.
Hi. It does certainly. Hello. Let's see. We're going to start out with the BCRWBM, perhaps the last installment, depending on what cereal we do or do not buy in the next week and a half. For those who are just listening for the first time, I have been reviewing Brazilian cereal for the past month or so because Brazilian cereal is stinky and it's not as varied. Okay, it's not stinky, like it doesn't smell bad, but it's very limited in its selections. And I really wanted to give it its just due and just make sure I looked at it with an open mind. And, I've been pretty much not, surprised, but I still have enjoyed some of the quality products that they have to offer, but still look forward to having the American products. But I had 3 cereals this week. Oh. 2 of them are pretty much just 2 versions of the same kind of cereal. It's nothing crazy, but so I'll just kind of lump them together into, they do have 2 different ratings because one did actually taste better than the other. But you guys, of course, as is tradition, need to guess what kind of cereal this is.
Okay.
The name I tell you. So this cereal is called Nestlé Nescau.
Nestle Cocoa?
Yep. Cocoa what?
Cocoa Puffs?
Puffs?
Yep. It's Cocoa Puffs made by Nestle.
Huh.
There is no fun on the box, no mascot. There's a lightning bolt, no game on the back. I was a little disappointed in the box presentation, but other than that, the cereal itself is Cocoa Puff cereal. Nothing really crazy to sneeze at. It was still better than the healthy honey with almonds fake tasting, but not as good as the Cocoa Pops, the sucrilhos frosted flakes that were chocolate. So I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
And then they have a duo version, which is regular chocolate and white chocolate mixed together.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is exactly the same, but they have like a mix of, I'm guessing it was white chocolate. It actually didn't specify what kind of chocolate, but the flavor was different, and I actually liked it a little better. So I give it an 8 out of 10. So
was it mocklet?
Definitely not. There was no like bubbling in my mouth or like pop rocks or anything, and it didn't leave like an after flavor taste that made me want to vomit or anything like that.
Well, that's good.
It was definitely not mocklet.
It's always good when food doesn't make you want to vomit.
Right? Yeah.
However, that sucrilhos with brigadeiro, that definitely had mocklet in it. That I mentioned a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
The other one that I had is called Cacao Nesfit.
What is it? Cacao
Nesfit.
Something about cocoa.
Coconut. Cocoa nut.
Cocoa Krispies?
Marc is a little closer. It is chocolate. It's cocoa. Yeah. So it's chocolate and it's Nesfit, so it's healthy cereal again. The healthy cereal strikes again. This
chocolate
is
healthy food? Okay.
Chocolate healthy cereal. So I already did the other Nesfit that I did with honey almonds that then said at the end it's not real sugar. The same thing with this. It's chocolate healthy cereal, but there's no real sugar in it.
Boo.
So it tasted even worse than the healthy stuff with the honey almonds.
If they don't add sugar into it, you got to do it yourself.
It's no good. Yeah, it's true. I really should have added sugar. I would have, but that would have given it a false better score, and I don't want to do that. Also, the box had it with bananas, and there were no bananas in this, so that was a lie.
Wow, false advertisement.
They got penalized for false advertising on the box. No games on the box, just a bunch of healthy words that I was like, who wants to read this? Bad score for you. So 5.5 out of 10.
Wow.
So
okay,
there you have it, folks.
You'd rather eat that than watch Spider-Man 3?
I would rather eat that than watch Spider-Man 3. It takes me 5 minutes to eat a bowl of that cereal.
Put that on the box. That'd be more entertaining.
That's right. It's better than Spider-Man 3. You can finish 2 bowls before Emu Peter Parker finishes his dance.
Emu Peter Parker?
Emo. No, if you
that could have been better.
I take it back.
What movie did I watch?
Emu, that would have been
Emu versus Night Monkey.
It's possible my pronunciation was off. I meant emo. But I tell you what, someone get me an emu version of Spider-Man 3 and I'll watch it again.
The new outfit coming out for the new Spider-Man remastered game.
That's right, the emu. That would be fantastic. That'd be hilarious. So yeah, just to give you the top 9 now, because I don't think I'm going to get another cereal. I'm really even with some of these that we got, I was like, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Last place is Sucrilhos with Brigadeiro, which is pretty much Cocoa Puffs, but with a dirt chocolate, like you rubbed it on the ground taste. Then there's Cacao Nesfich, which was the healthy chocolate cereal. Strawberry Snowflakes, which sounds really funny now that I say it in English. There's Fruit Loops, which is number 6. And Fruity Loopies. Then the Nesfich with honey almonds. That one was number 5 in the middle. And then the next 2 are Nestle Nescau Normal, and Duo. They rounded out 3 and 4. And then Sucrilhos Frosted Flakes, which was chocolate Frosted Flakes. And Frosted Flakes, I guess I put them together, so I guess it is a top 10. They were tied for second place. And then number 1, Cheerios with real honey. So there you go, folks.
Nice.
The number 1 cereal, according to the Swishers, is Cheerios with real honey. You can't beat Cheerios. Classic. With sugar, of course.
Yeah, you gotta add that. Yeah.
I saw the other day a ranking of American or the most purchased cereals, and Cheerios normal without honey nut anything was number 1.
Yeah, that's I think that is because a lot of babies start on Cheerios, right?
Yeah,
that has to be right.
Yeah,
that's
so
it.
Probably the reason.
That's why it's fake news, because babies don't count. They'll eat boogers in every you can put boogers in the top 10. Like, hey, number 1 cereal of the babies, boogers. Number 2, Cheerios.
I mean, that ranking holds up.
I think it's
Cheerios, just as good for babies as boogers.
That's right. Well, I mean, really, it's reconstituted Cheerios, boogers. They shoved it up there, and it's been sitting there, and they pull it out and eat it again. It's in a different form. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm totally primed. Let me tell you, after that ranking of Brazilian cereals, Patrick and Mark, I'm so ready to have American cereal.
We have a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We have a box of Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows. We have a box of Golden Grams with real honey. Yes. And we have Cheerios. We always have Cheerios.
Yeah.
Honey Nut.
I'm ready.
And regular.
Yeah. I will not be having the regular, but I will be having
no need to have the regular.
No booger cereal. All right. Let's get off that topic. I'm in a mixture of hungry for American cereal, grossed out by talking about boogers. All right.
I'm hungry, have an appetite, and I want to vomit.
And I want to vomit all at the same time. And I've done it to myself, so I only have myself to blame. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again. All right. Video games, real life. I think I told you guys last week that we started playing Mario Brothers, I think. Did I tell you guys that we played through the trilogy in the improv? I really don't remember, so I need you guys to pay attention better. Well, you know what? Sorry. I'm going to tell you again. It's not a super long story. So the other day, the kids were like, Dad, we need to play Mario. So we went to Mario 1, and the kids they could barely get past level 1. It really just turned into watching Dad get as far as he could, without cheating and, rushing through it. Cause I'm like, this isn't fun for them. We went to Mario 2, and James was out. He automatically went to his phone, started watching YouTube. He's actually started watching Mario on YouTube of people making up cartoons and stuff of Mario. So he totally abandoned us.
It's the worst of the trilogy.
It really is. Of course, it's the foundation. We respect it, blah, blah, blah. But it's really not that great. It controls like garbage. It feels like you're running through mud.
The funny thing is, Mario 2 isn't even really Mario 2.
Right. It's a
reskin.
Reconstituted Cheerio. It's the booger of
the
Mario.
Booger of the Mario trilogy.
But yeah, it is.
Which your kids.
What's it called again? Doki Doki.
Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, which was what a random name, Doki Doki Panic. Like,
well, it's just some random Japanese game that they just took it and threw Mario characters in it, and that's literally all it is. But your kids would never want to play the real Mario 2. They would absolutely hate it because it was way too hard.
Well, it's pretty much just more levels of Mario 1, right?
Yeah, basically.
If I remember right. So we definitely didn't do Mario 2. Mario 2. We did play Mario. Tasha and I played Mario 2, and Tasha could not wrap her head around picking up stuff. Like she wanted to jump on the enemies, and in Mario 2, when you jump on the enemies, you just sit on them, you just ride them around the level. And she's like, "What's happening? Like, what am I doing here?" I'm like, "Hit the B button." And she's like,
"If you're Luigi, you can just fly."
Well,
you jump as him.
He well, yeah. Peach, the princess, she flies.
Yeah.
And then they were laughing so hard at Luigi doing this little leg thing where he's like, I can do it. It's definitely the inspiration for Yoshi when you double press the jump button in some of the Mario games with Yoshi, where he does like a little extra leg wiggle.
Yeah.
Tasha could not wrap her mind around picking up stuff. It was, really, when you play the game, it's a fever dream. Like, no spoilers for Mario 2. But it is a dream. Sorry. Spoilers.
How dare you?
It's an actual fever dream.
30-year-old game, but yeah.
Yep. Mario wakes up in the end and it was all a dream. Wow. Amazing. So we went to Mario 3, and that's when the magic really happened. And Tasha became all of a sudden obsessed. And every single day over the past 2 weeks, Dad, we need to play Mario. Hey, Dad, let's play Mario. So we quote unquote we beat world 1, and by the end of world 1 she was Mario, I was Luigi, and the whole world was covered in L's. She was like, how are you so good at this? She's like, did you do anything else as a kid? She's like, how many hours did you play this game? I'm like, I don't know. We didn't have all these options. Okay. When I was a kid, we had like 3 options to choose from. And
we had Mario 3 for 6 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but we played through that and it was fun. You know, I kind of drug her through the first 2 worlds. We're currently in world 3, but in the process of it all, like it got to the point where she's like, she got really frustrated because she's like, I'm just dying and you're just doing everything. I'm like, you know what? When we reach that point, we can make your own save game and you can do it. And so she started by playing level 1 over and over and over again. And then eventually she had a breakthrough and she got to level 2. And when she got to level 2, she died, of course. And she had to start over, do the continue. And she realized when she died in level 2, she had to do level 1 again. And that's when Mario became a roguelike. And I said, guess what, girl? This is called reality. Like, this is what games used to be. So hop to it. And now she's gotten through not 1, not 2, but 3 levels of Mario. So
nice.
She's not giving up. She's going, and she's loving it. Now, when she gets too frustrated, she does take a break. One time she played Zelda, and she definitely left the first area without getting the sword.
Oops.
She's just running around just like, Dad, what do? I don't know how to beat these enemies. And I'm like, well, swing your sword. She's like, what sword? And I'm like, oh my gosh, Tasha. I don't think I've ever met anybody.
The first room.
I've never met anybody that didn't pick up the sword. So I showed her where the sword was. She's like, yeah, I'm going back to Mario. This is not me.
There's ways you can actually beat the game without the sword.
Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure, GDQ or some other groups of folks have figured out.
Yep.
Crazy folks that have figured that out. But yeah, the Mario 3 journey will continue. We got to World 3 and it's the water level. And I'll be honest, there's some levels that I either skipped because of the whistle, or as a kid, I let someone else do it. I don't know. There's some of them that are like, this is hard. And I still recognize most of the levels. So I think I've been there before, but yeah, so we'll continue that little by little doing that. Another game I played, which is totally out of left field and probably the first and last time I'm going to play a mobile game. I downloaded Rocket League Sideswipe.
Oh yeah,
have you guys heard of this?
Okay,
it's Rocket League side scroller, like side games. I guess not a scroller. It's a Rocket League match, except it's just a side like 2D field. And so you go back and forth, like you drive forwards and backwards, you can jump twice, and you can rocket, and you just use your touch controls to point your car. And I hated its guts. I played one round, and I was like, I'd rather be playing 3D Rocket League right now. Why am I playing this 2D little pocket? It's not baby. I mean, it's harder. I mean, there's this, your brain has to work in a different way, and I don't like touch controls. I need like something tactile, you know. I need to feel. I'm just rubbing my fingers on a screen, and I'm just like, this is too weird. So I played a match, and then I deleted it. I gave it the old, I don't know,
the who cares. You gave it
the who cares
try.
I gave it the old Unicorn Princess or whatever one Marc played. Who deleted that one hardcore after he played that for
Unicorn Princess was solid.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you're talking about My Little Riding Champion.
My Little Riding Champion.
They improved so many things.
They did, including the name chanting. That was the best addition.
Layla.
The last thing I had played that I'd failed to mention last week, and that Patrick kind of mentioned, was playing A Way Out and getting the platinum with Chris, and then getting the It Takes Two platinum with Patrick after 6 months. It feels like we started it before the pandemic, Patrick. It's been that long. It really hasn't. It really wasn't before the pandemic, but it was definitely 6 months or so.
I'm pretty sure we started in like maybe July or August.
Yeah, I think it's earlier than that. I haven't checked, but it feels like it was like not long after my birthday stream. So
goodness.
it was in the old house. So it was, I'm pretty sure it was before April.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look to double check. I'll look and I'll tell you guys later. But I do have to throw out there that It Takes Two was a nice surprise. It wasn't a surprise. But it was like we played A Way Out, and it was fun, and I felt like the game was really cool with co-op. It told a cool story. It had nice twists and turns, and you did different things. But man, It Takes Two, every single like area you go into, they introduce a game mechanic that I was excited to discover.
Yeah.
And just blown away by the ingenuity of the co-op specific game mechanics they came up with. It was just really cool. And it all integrated with the story. I didn't care for any of the characters whatsoever.
I freaking hate
What are you talking about? You didn't love him?
Actually, at the beginning, I was like, this is kind of funny, and then I thought, man, why is Marc such a hater about the book? By the end, I was like, oh my gosh.
I've never wanted to burn a book so much in my entire life.
Yes. I mean, I think pretty much the only characters I felt for were the appliances and the stuffed animals and the creatures that they killed and they maimed. Like when they destroy that poor elephant and just rip it to shreds, that broke my heart inside. I was like, I can't ever play with this with my kids. This will give them nightmares. Like sucking the eyeballs out of the vacuum. Wow. That is nightmare inducing.
Yep.
And yet it was an amazing game. And it was perhaps one of my favorite games this year. I don't know if it's a game of the year contender for me, but it is a game of the year contender for the Game Awards, which just happens to be our topic of the show, my friends. Let's do it. That's right, folks. We are talking about the Game Awards. We are making predictions about the winners. We are talking about what we think will be revealed or will just happen, other than maybe Jeff Keighley wearing like really cool high tops, or, what's going to be the latest craze that we're going to be sick of by the end, like the Pokemon cards, or what was the last year? Was it the Pokemon? They had some of the little Pokemons crawling across the screen. I'm trying to remember some of the silly stuff that they did last year that we were just like, oh my gosh, quit showing this.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was, but.
So yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll find annoying stuff.
Oh yeah, we will. But yeah, so let's jump right into it. Do you guys want to do you want to just jump right into the nominees and decide who is going to be the big winner? And then, we'll record our thoughts and make sure to make a tally of some kind, and then whoever the winner is, Ronnie has to buy him something since he's not here tonight and can't defend himself.
I approve.
That's fair.
He's gonna buy the prize for the person, which it's a $20 minimum, Ronnie. So
Nice.
just so you know, you agreed upon this because you're only here in spirit, and I hear your spirit saying, "Oh wait, $25 minimum." Okay, so it's a $25 minimum prize that Ronnie's gonna get the winner. And yeah, so do you guys want to start with the big guns, or do you want to?
Let's lead up to it. Let's lead up to
We
it.
can work our way up.
All right, we will work our way up. So we are going to start with, but I don't want to go too far in the future. So we're going to do let's do the best multiplayer. You guys are multiplayer guys. Let's choose the best multiplayer of 2021. Now, I know some of these we did not play, but we're not necessarily choosing our personals. We're choosing what we think will win. So we got Back for Blood, Knockout City, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim.
Okay. I think Valheim is going to win, but I would want It Takes Two to win.
I agree. I agree with the It Takes Two for sure. I did hear a lot about Valheim. I feel like New World is coming off a fresh hype because that's one of the latest ones to come out, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say New World.
Okay.
Just because I'm gonna go for the fresh mind thing. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah. I mean, it could be either of those.
It could.
I'm gonna say It Takes Two. I'm gonna say It Takes Two for both.
Okay.
I mean, it's both the one I think is gonna win and the one that I want to win. Because that game was fantastic. Book aside. Yeah, I loved everything else about that game.
All right.
Cool.
Nice. I'm trying to type and think at the same time. It Takes Two. All right. It Takes Two. ITT. All right. The next one is going to be Best Family Game. You may repeat yourself, Mark, on this one. We'll find out. The options for Best Family Game are It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, just kind of cheating, adding them together. And then WarioWare Get It Together.
All right. First off, how is It Takes Two on this? Like this, I don't think this is a family game.
Yeah, this isn't really a family game.
I feel like they said the game's about a family, therefore it's a family
That doesn't make any sense.
And that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, that seems like a very odd addition. And playing it, I'm like, I would not play this game with my family around. Or not with my family around, but I will, yeah.
Also, the odds are very high that a game from Nintendo is going to win this category.
Yeah.
I'm
going to say
so.
Yeah, I'm going to say Mario 3D World.
I'm going to go.
All right.
I'm going to go with Mario Party Superstars. That may be the old fogey in me because I grew up with Mario Party.
Strike again.
But yeah, as much as I love It Takes Two, it's not a family game. In my
I know, right? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. That's tough. You know what? I'm going to go for It Takes Two because I didn't pick it in the multiplayer because, you know what? I'm not going to be surprised if Game Awards does something like that.
It shouldn't win. It shouldn't.
So guess what? Lucas is picking It Takes Two.
It's going to win.
Going to get it represented in everything. Let's see. We got Best Action Adventure. You ready?
Okay.
It Takes Two. Just kidding. That's not it. I'm going to pick It Takes Two for everything. Make sure it's picked by someone. All right. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village.
I'm going to say Ratchet and Clank's going to win. My personal is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I would have to go same with that. I think Ratchet and Clank will probably win, but I would really want Guardians to win. That, and I guess maybe a little spoilers for when we talk about our game of the year episodes. That is a contender for me.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
That's fair enough.
No spoilers here.
Yep, it may or may not be a contender for me. It may.
Yeah, thanks for no spoilers. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Marc.
Yep. No spoilers, but it is a
How
contender.
dare you?
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to remember you know what? I'm going to, just to be different, I am going to go off fresh minds again, and I am going to pick Metroid Dread.
That's a possibility. I heard that did pretty well.
As both Nintendo fanboys and non-Nintendo fanboys alike were singing his praises. So the chances of me ever playing it, slim to none. Unless they put it on PlayStation with trophies, then I'll consider it.
I loved Psychonauts 2, though. I don't think it's going to win at all, but I loved Psychonauts 2.
Yeah. Yep. Heard good things about that from you guys, of course. All right. Next up is going to be... this one's got one of Patrick's favorite games in it. Best Indie. We got 12 Minutes. Patrick's personal favorite.
How is this on any of these Game Awards?
It's because it's got big names, would be my guess. It's got the voice cast to make it big budget, even though it's an indie.
There's more exciting indie games out there.
Not according to Jeff Keighley. He said this was the one. This got his vote. I read it.
Don't get me started on these.
And what's that? What's that one you like? Comic Books Are Us, or
comicbook.com?
Yeah, it was there. Jeff Keighley, stamp of approval. 12 minutes. I just made it up.
Yeah, and apparently he was smoking something when he said that.
No, he wasn't. I just made it up.
Yeah.
All right. Death's Door. Marc liked that one.
I did. Love that game.
Inscription.
I have seen it played.
I don't know that one.
I don't either.
It's a horror card game.
Out. No wonder I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Horror card game. All right. Sure.
Sure.
Correct me if I mispronounce, because I can't ever get this pronunciation right, but I think it's Cana, Bridge of Spirits.
That's correct.
I don't know. Yeah,
Cana.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's Cana.
I want to say Kenna, and then I go to Kina, and I think it's Cana.
It's like between Cana and Kina. It's like Cana.
Cana.
It's like if you're like Canadians probably say it right.
Cana.
How you doing, Kina? How you doing, Hey, Kina.
Yeah, it's Cana.
Then the last one is Loop Hero. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Cana, Bridge of Spirits.
I want that to win, but I'm pretty sure that Death's Door is gonna win.
I wouldn't be mad if Death's Door won. It's hard to say. I would say Cana would probably take it.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that.
You gonna join me? Join the.
Yep. Another on my contender list.
Okay.
All right. No spoilers.
Mm-hmm. Except total spoilers.
Yep.
All the spoilers.
That's also one of my favorite games of all time. That's also on my list. Yes, this also. Yeah. All right. Best ongoing game. Nobody's favorite game here. Apex Legends. Then Final Fantasy. I think that's 14 online. XIV. Roman numerals. Who does that?
Yep. 14.
Fortnite. Genshin Impact. And Call of Duty. Warzone. And I just said duty.
I mean, if it's not Fortnite, then I don't understand what's going to happen. But
who won the last 2 years? Has it been Fortnite both years?
Apex has won.
Yeah, I want Apex to win for sure, but I think Fortnite's going to win.
So Pat, you're
really. I don't play Fortnite, but it is the best. Hands down, the best ongoing game.
Yep, I would say Fortnite.
So Pat and Marc, you're going with Fortnite.
Old fork knife.
Old fork knife.
Against my better judgment.
No. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't play any of these games, so I'll just.
Yeah.
I'm with you, fellers.
Just
Fortnite it
toss a
is.
dart. Pick
Toss
one.
a dart. I was gonna pick one to be different, but I'm like, I can't only do that so much. It's kind of like with March Madness. I'm like, I can only pick so many upsets, and then it's like, okay, you're getting a little out of hand.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win the office pool. I'm not gonna get that $25 gift from Ronnie if I pick too many underdogs. All right. Next one is best performance, and we'll see. This one might be difficult since we haven't played all of these, but
I haven't
we'll
played
do our
any of
best.
these
We know.
games yet.
Fantastic. Erica Mori.
Yeah, neither have I. I've never.
All right, maybe we should skip this one. Just kidding.
This talk about throwing darts.
Yeah, that would totally be throwing darts. Okay, let's go. Okay, we got 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's close enough. Best art direction. I know there's some games on here you guys have played, and one that I've played. 2, if you count playing through Patrick's PS5 in Brazil. The first one is The Artful Escape, then Deathloop, Kena. Dang it. Kena. Forget it. That Bridge of Spirits game.
Yep.
Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. Best art direction. I think some of these these awards, sometimes I'm like, so what are you really looking for in art direction?
Yeah, there's
splitting hairs.
Yeah, these are all very different. I don't think Deathloop could get the art direction.
I don't think it was that good.
No, it's not. It's not like it's different
than
art. Anything else. Looks pretty standard.
Yeah.
And Ratchet and Clank. I've seen games like that before. Really, I think it's going to be a toss up between Kana and the Artful Escape. I'm going to go with the Artful Escape. That Artful Escape should win, in my opinion.
All right.
So he would have to be between Kana and Ratchet and Clank, and let me tell you why Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Okay.
The game mechanics, the graphics, and the game
the portals or whatever, or the rips.
Yeah, the rips.
Yeah, you're right. It is beautiful.
It is insane to watch some of that stuff. So I'm gonna go. I want Kana to win, but Ratchet and Clank.
Okay. All right, Mark, I'm gonna join you in that one. You convinced me. We are gonna go with the old Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Next up, best narrative. And I've experienced 2 of these stories, but I could probably get on Wikipedia right now and read the other 2 stories. Actually, no, I read Deathloop story, so I know what that's about. No spoilers. Life is Strange, I don't know, but I heard it's good. Okay, best narrative. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange, True Colors, and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I'm going to say it right now. I want Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy to win best narrative.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that will be the case.
I don't think it's going to win, but I
probably
want it to. Right. I'm going to say Life is Strange.
Me too. You read my mind. Mark?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Life is Strange. I want Marvel's Guardians to win, but...
Yeah. I don't know if they deny this kind of stuff, but I feel like more often than not, if something's only represented once and it was really highly rated, they'll be like, well, this one only has one option to win, so let's go ahead and pick this one so it gets its representation. So like with, Life is Strange, I think this is the only one it's nominated for. Not thoroughly looking, but it's just a guess. But yeah, I think Life is Strange. And Life is Strange is known for its good narratives and deep storytelling. So
yeah,
all of us then, Life is Strange.
Yeah.
All right. The GMG quadfecta minus Ronnie. Life is Strange. Okay. Fantastic. Before we do... Wait. What did I read? Oh, right. Then there's best game direction, which is different than art direction. Art direction's prettiness. Kana, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange, True Colors, and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Game direction is the gaminess of the game. Just so you know.
Okay.
But this one we have to do because it's one of the few that has a game that I haven't played but got snubbed for Game of the Year. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
I'm going to say Returnal.
I too will say Returnal. Marcus?
I'm going to go It Takes Two with this one.
Okay.
Solid.
Mark going for It Takes Two.
These are all good. These are all solid.
Solid
good. This is a good category.
I think I only very briefly played Returnal, but that was not the game for me. So,
yeah,
it's understandable. Before we do Game of the Year, let's look way far ahead and what do we think
did you pick? Did I miss this?
No, I agreed with you on Returnal.
Oh, okay.
I said you read my mind. Also, right. Returnal.
Got it.
For me. The most anticipated game, which
I don't understand this category.
Well, what's funny is I'm pretty sure what won last year is going to win again this year.
Yeah.
Just maybe. It depends. We'll see. But the options are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Man, there needs to be a freaking title.
The sequel. And then Starfield, which does really Horizon Forbidden West, should it really be on here? It's coming out in 2 months after this debuts, like 2.5 months. The others don't have dates to my knowledge. Maybe Elden Ring does.
Elden Ring's coming out in
what do you
early.
guys think? Most anticipated.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll
Wolverine.
be your
Put it in for a write-in.
Yeah.
Yep, you're gonna do a write-in.
Suicide Squad, Gotham Knights.
Wow, that's
all of the
quite
above.
a mashup of games.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games.
I know the whole anticipated thing is like who decides that really?
Like I don't like, but it's gonna God of War. That's got to be God of War.
The one that I want to win and the one that will win are two different ones. Because
what do you want to win?
Yeah.
I'm anticipating all of these. Well, no, I take that back.
Obviously.
Not all of these games.
Yeah.
No, but someone's anticipating all of them. Like they're all anticipated by somebody.
I'm excited for 3 of these games. I would want the sequel to Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild to win, but I believe God of War Ragnarok will win.
I do as well. God of War Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if Breath of the Wild had a real title, I would.
They need to freaking come out with a title for that.
Yeah.
All right. Last but certainly not least, the big pick. Game of the Year.
The GOATY.
The GOATY. And before we read the list, I'm going to read the list and then we're going to just share some thoughts before we pick. Because I really want to know what you guys think of the overall list. I already kind of know. I'm just feeding into it because this may or may not have been discussed on the Discord of Married to the Games. Game of the Year: Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village. How weak is this Game of the Year list?
To me, garbage.
Oh, it's a garbage list.
This is the list that they chose? Like, I mean, there's so many other games in this year that I feel like should have that either that I enjoyed or were rated higher than these games.
Right.
Like, usually the Game of the Year you would think is the highest rated game. Like, why not? Why isn't, like, you take the Metacritic score of all these sites and say, and the user score, go to OpenCritic, you get the user score, the critic score, you get all that stuff, and then you get your top 5 games of the year. And I don't understand how some of these games are on here. Resident Evil Village, I don't know how that is in the Game of the Year discussion. Yeah. Deathloop, I don't understand how that is game of the year. Ratchet and Clank, I get it. Okay, that should be on there. Psychonauts 2, I don't think should be on there. Metroid Dread, I haven't played that, so that could be on there. But I mean, like they're missing games like Forza 5. Like seriously, Forza 5 is higher rated than almost all of these. Death's Door rated almost more than all of these. Returnal wasn't even on here. Like I know it's like not a game for everyone, so I wonder if that's the reason why it wasn't on there. But I'm like,
yeah, but gracious. if From Software came out with one of their games like Dark Souls or Bloodborne 2, it would be on this game of the year.
But that's
list,
also another game, a game that not everyone likes either. That genre, but it would be on there. But it would be on there. So I guess my argument doesn't really hold weight because you're right. That's would be a double standard.
I think Returnal is a big snub. I don't quite understand why Returnal, because to me, I feel like originality should play into game of the year. If it's just like, hey, it's the same thing again like we did before. No offense against Metroid Dread, but I didn't play it. I know a lot of people liked it, but I'm pretty sure that the Metroid fans had not played a side-scrolling Metroid game for so long that they would have loved anything Metroid. And so did the game Metroid really do anything like in the medium that's like, different and fresh? And I don't know. Maybe it did. I have my doubt. And then, like you said, Resident Evil Village, I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 7 was way better according to the Resident Evil enjoyers. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart definitely was a defining game for the new generation with some of the things they did. And I can't say anything about Psychonauts 2. I know there's a lot of nostalgia behind that because Psychonauts original is definitely a cult. I think it's more of a cult hit than a mainstream hit. But and with Psychonauts 2,
the dialogue
it
in Psychonauts 2 happened. And how clever Psychonauts 2 is. Like it's right. It's unlike any other game this year with the dialogue. Outside of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Like those two games, you're like everything that you're like, there's like not a moment where you're like sitting there in quietness because there's always something happening, always someone talking. So that's another one. Marvel's with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, how is that not on here? This one I feel like is just exceeded all expectations in like a superhero game. Like this is the Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel, is in the leagues of Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Like this is that good of a game. And those two games weren't they in the game of the year discussions? Why isn't Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't understand.
Yeah, for sure Spider-Man. I don't remember if Miles Morales, I feel like Miles Morales fell in a weird spot. Didn't that come out at the beginning of this year or the end of last year?
It was a launch title with the PS5.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So, this I don't like this list. Like this list is not good.
Even looking at It Takes Two, like I loved the gameplay, but the story, like I said, there was no character in the game that I was like, oh yeah, it was such a cliche take on, people that hate each other and want a divorce. And then the kid, I have a child that's around that age and she does not act that stupid. What's wrong, Mommy? Why are you just laying there taking a nap like you're in a coma? Okay, I'm gonna go play with my toys and forget you even exist.
No, that's wrong. She's taking a nap. She's like, I'll just continue to talk for 10 minutes while you're sleeping, even though you can't hear me.
On WebMD, it says when you're in a coma, they can still hear you. So I'm gonna keep talking to you because I know.
Mommy, I fixed the clock. Like, you're still sleeping? Oh, okay. I'll continue to talk for 10 more minutes.
Can I have a pony, please? And can I have $1 million? Please say yes. If you nod your head like I'm doing with my hands right now, I'll get $1 million.
You're not gonna say yes? Okay, I'm gonna run away. Bye now. Shut up.
Game of the year. She should have gotten best performance. She was not in the list of best performance. I need to go back. We need to read that. Little daughter from It Takes Two.
Yeah, I'm sure she's on there with the way the Game of the Year list. I'm sure she's on there.
All right, Mark, you need to bring some positivity. Patrick and I are roasting this list, so
No, you will not.
Please.
You will not find it from me.
Game of the Year roast cast. We took the list and lit it on fire.
No, as It Takes Two. I mean, it did a lot of the good things.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And but Game of the Year, I don't think so.
Come on now.
There's 2 games that I'm okay with being on this Game of the Year list.
All right, let's hear it. What is it?
And
2 of
that's
6. Wow.
And that's Ratchet and Clank and Psychonauts.
Agreed. Yeah. I agree.
You know, it was a great year. Like, we didn't have very many just hard hitting AAA games. We had some great games, don't get me wrong. But those huge heavy hitters like your Spider-Mans, your Horizon, your
last year we had Final Fantasy VII Remake. We had Ghost of Tsushima, and we had Hades. Unbelievable games.
And then I had Hades again this year. Spoilers for the Game of the Year talk.
More spoilers.
You already knew.
Goodness.
You already knew it would be a contender. With a capital C.
Yeah. We just don't have those heavy hitters this year, which is crazy.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, I feel like it was still a good year. Like, there were still a lot of different good games. But I think just because of the variety and the lack of heavy hitters, you just kind of, depending on who's in the nomination department, they would throw in different games, and some people will be happy and then other people will be mad. So it's definitely, it is what it is.
So
got to pick.
Ratchet and Clank.
Now that we've expressed our disgust,
I'm gonna say Ratchet and Clank.
You're the winner. Yeah.
Ratchet and
Clank
Clank
of the year. All right, so Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ratchet and Clank. Pat and Mark. Look at you two.
Yeah. I mean,
although I have a feeling that Deathloop will win, but
Ratchet and Clank. I mean, it was so fun that I wanted to get the platinum.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Did you get the platinum?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did.
I thought you were just like, I wanted to get the platinum.
Put it down. I was like, I had played Ratchet and Clank games before. I'm like, yeah, this is all right.
Yeah.
But this was the first time that I actually sat down and played it, and I was like, and this is solid. This is really solid. The story is good, animation's good, the gameplay is good, the gameplay mechanics so intuitive, very easy. It seems like it's a lot. Like, you play from where you start at the beginning to where you end up in the game. There's a lot of different ways you can, a lot of different weapons and things like that, and it just builds on it, and it's very intuitive by the end of the game. Ratchet and Clank, man. I don't think any of these other games have a chance.
I've kind of come to view these awards kind of like I view the Academy Awards.
Oh, all the ones, the games that shouldn't win. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, where it's just like, you know what? In the end, they don't care what the popular vote is. In fact, the popular vote kills the chance of some of these games ever winning Game of the Year. Like, if they, there's very few. Like, there's some games that will rise above, and I mean, even the ones that rise above, like you think of The Last of Us Part 2. It won a lot of different awards, but it was very divisive in how people saw it. I'm honestly between, and I'm working against. I only played It Takes Two, and it's the one that feels to me the most out of place, just because knowing what I know about the story, and again, the gameplay is awesome, but the story is so. I'm gonna go with Metroid Dread. I kind of feel like Nintendo's going to get they just have that Nintendo shine. And again, it's I think some of the times, at least, I don't know what the statistics are, but I think some of the times the game that ends up being released closest to, unless it was like a huge heavy hitter, which again, like we said, there were none, those tend to get a leg up on the competition. So I'm going to go with Metroid Dread. It was one of the last ones released. One
we didn't mention is the Super Mario. This is rated. I'm looking at Metacritic right now.
Which one?
The Mario, the 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Now, 3D World is from the year before, right? Kind of like Hades.
No, this came out in February of this year.
This is a remake.
So this was one the best family game.
Port.
This is the one I chose for best family game.
Yeah.
It's rated higher than Psychonauts 2. It's rated higher than It Takes Two. It's rated higher than Deathloop. It's rated higher than Ratchet and Clank.
I'm just wondering if...
And it's like how...
I'm just wondering if it... I don't know if it was a specific disqualifier for Game of the Year because it's a port.
No, because I was thinking the exact same thing, and I went back to the Game of the Years in previous years, and they have remakes and
remasters.
It's
an actual remake because I thought 3D World was a that wasn't
It was a Wii U port.
Wii U game.
Yeah.
Did they really remake it, or did they just port it to?
They added like the whole Bowser's Fury part of it. That's added.
Yeah, because.
So if you can find if it's in the list of the nominations for a category, it should be able to be on the list for Game of the Year.
Yeah, that's true. It was in other categories. Yeah.
So
who knows? I don't know. Yeah.
Get off this topic.
I'm so glad we talked about this. It's so much fun. All right, let's get off the winners and apparently the losers of the nominations and awards. Let's get into, and this doesn't have any guiding light whatsoever. We do have some joiners that threw in their cents for picks. Okay. If you want me to, and they also made predictions like in general. And so if you want, I can read all those, and then we can throw out a few, like maybe 3 each, of predictions of what we think is going to be unveiled, or an announcement, or a date given, or whatever for whatever games. Okay. Sound good?
Yep.
Great. I think I should just read this big one here right at the beginning on Discord from Horizon Bones. PS5 Pro and Xbox Series X 360 world premiere. World premiere. Are we counting that one? As your
it's a 360 that sits on top of the Xbox Series X.
It's like a
just
32X.
Like the Sega.
The Sega 32X. That's perfect. I love it. All right, for real though. Ryan, unpopular opinion, Straubby, he predicts that they announce, and actually he hopes they do a not so ugly PS5 redesign. He said, "I'm still a year away from buying, or maybe I'll just hold off for the Spider-Man PS5 bundle." You do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Yeah. I like the Wi-Fi toaster oven, whatever you want to call it. I forget what my wife said it looked like something the other day, and it made me laugh because I hadn't seen it in that way. But definitely
Spider-Man PS5 remastered.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be a cool looking PS5 for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Haley but Vampiric predicts that Gotham Knights will have a release date.
Oh, I hope so.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that. I think that should happen. Bacon Horizon 5. He said a PS Plus / Now Spartacus announcement officially. For those that don't know, that is the supposed very supported rumor that PS Plus, PlayStation Now, and some kind of Game Pass competition on Sony's side will be unveiled in the near future to compete with Microsoft. So we'll see. He also is praying for a Quantum Break sequel. And then he predicts Deathloop will win Game of the Year, and that Forza Horizon 5 DLC will be announced.
Okay.
Flarkin Santa, he said, "I haven't followed anything. I have only beaten 2 games this year, Guardians of the Galaxy and Ratchet and Clank." You picked 2 good ones, my friend.
Very good, yeah.
One of which was snubbed for Goaty, but both were fantastic and deserve whatever awards they are nominated for. Oh, and 12 minutes for indie title. So good.
Oh, no.
Patrick abstains.
Swing and a miss.
Did you get to the end, the real ending of that game, Clark and Santa? I don't know you did, but maybe.
I deleted it right after that.
Maybe. There's so many things I want to say in response to that, like the ending of that, but I won't. It's still too early to spoil. No. If you want to do a 12-minute spoiler roast cast sometime, Patrick, I'll play it when I get an Xbox, and we'll just do a 12-minute. We'll literally time it. 12-minute spoiler cast.
Okay.
Roast cast.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's 12 minutes too long. All right.
12 minutes too long. All right. The last two, Splig at Dopalicious on Twitter. He wants and predicts an announcement for Overwatch 2. Inscription, that movie, that game that Marc said he kind of knew about, but neither Patrick and I know about. He wants it to be on PlayStation Network, PSN.
Oh, is it only on PC?
Maybe.
It's on Switch?
I'm going to guess it's not on PSN.
GameCube?
It's definitely on the Tandy. Or the
it's on the F5.
Apple Macintosh.
What was that old console?
What is it? That's not the. It's the F7? What is it? Marc, pay attention. It's the one that you like. The
Channel F. Channel F.
Channel F. The Fairchild Channel F.
Fairchild. That's the word I was looking for. Fairchild. Yeah, Inscription is definitely on the Fairchild F.
Sorry, I was trying to look up
remastered.
I was trying to look up. I was trying to look up and see what platforms Inscription's on. Yeah, it's only on PC.
Okay.
Master Race beat us again. First party storage solution for PS5. Doubt it. But hey, you never know. You never know. Don't want to shoot you down, but I doubt it.
Hey.
I mean, if PlayStation won't make system plates until they have to twice try to sue another company for making them,
and now they're officially doing it.
Yeah, now they're officially doing it. Something simple as like console plates. They're not going to do their own storage. But hey, I'm going to dream with you, Splig. And the last thing he said, the rumored PS Plus service changes announcement, as Bacon Guy said. And then the last one is Sneaky Rebel Ninja at Sneaky Rebel Ninja on Twitter. Always hoping for the much needed and even more deserved Legend of Dragoon remake. I would play the mess out of that game. I loved it on PS1. A weird JRPG, but a fun JRPG.
Isn't that like a given? That's an understood thing with JRPG.
I mean, it really is. It's a redundant statement. All I really need to say, it's a JRPG.
Yep.
It's on the box. But yeah, it's a fun game. I really hope. I mean, that's around the same time as Final Fantasy VII, the original. It's of that same kind of feel and look. So Patrick, I tell you what, if they make a remake, you might like it. We might play it and do a spoiler cast.
All right.
Maybe not.
We'll see.
We'll see. It'll be more than 12 minutes if we do it.
Probably.
All right. So guys, what do you got? What are your predictions for what could happen? Patrick, we'll start with you because you have 20 and you have to narrow it down.
No, I'm not narrowing it down. What? I have to narrow it down? I was not prepared for this.
You have to pick your favorite three. So just go ahead and name three predictions. We're not even going to round robin it. Just
okay.
Three predictions, and then you can throw out the others for fun if you want, and I'll take one or two of them as my own.
All right. So we are going to hear what Blue Point is up to, and it's going to be the Metal Gear Solid remaster.
Ooh.
And somewhere Chris
remake.
Freaking out.
Yeah.
Dude,
really,
I would lose it as well.
I think that's going to be like that one more thing, last thing they do on the show is that.
Okay. I like it.
We are going to get a new Splinter Cell game, finally. And it's going to be a cinematic trailer. It's going to be like, just they show Splinter Cell's, goggles, and then it's going to be Splinter Cell. It's just going to have
those are my favorite.
That trailer, and that's all it's going to be, and it's going to be coming in 2022.
I think I'm gonna counter yours and say it's gonna be a remake Splinter Cell game, and they're only gonna show the little camera dongle just moving around. That's it. That's all. Okay. That's the announcement.
All right. And then we're finally gonna find out what Abandon is about. From that fake.
These are solid. These are definitely dream-like hopes and dreams. I like where your head's at.
Yeah. I have 17 more, but those are I think those are my
save those
favorite
for later.
three. Yeah.
Put it in the bloopers. Just read it like the micro. You can read it like the Micro Machine Man, and we'll tack it on to the end. All right, Mark, what do you got?
Oh goodness.
Don't hold back.
See, I don't even know. I didn't even know what to pick anymore because these reveals are usually kind of out of nowhere. We may get a title for The Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
I feel like that could be.
Are you predicting that we're going to get a title for The Legend of Zelda?
Yes, I feel that's what I'm predicting. More
solid.
I feel like Nintendo probably would do that in their own time, but maybe something they could do for the Game Awards.
So a title for the sequel.
Yes.
To the Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Okay. As it's officially called in the nominations for.
Honestly, I'm not even sold that game is even coming out next year, but we'll see.
Do you doubt?
Yes, absolutely.
Little faith.
No. I am of understanding of Nintendo and how often they delay their Legend of Zelda games.
You're not wrong.
So we'll see about that, but probably some more info on Ragnarok. Probably another trailer for Ragnarok.
What kind of more info? What
like an actual trailer, like full-on trailer for Ragnarok?
What's a full-on trailer?
Like gameplay trailer?
Yes.
Thank you. Ragnarok gameplay trailer. Okay.
Footage from the next Final Fantasy VII.
And you're taking all my dreams and just laying them out before us.
It's probably totally not going to be there, but I'm going to go for it.
Exciting.
Okay. All right, I got to come up with something here on the spot, Ronnie style. So my 3 predictions for the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get a new remake remaster of a PS1 classic game. I have no idea what. So
Twisted Metal.
Sure. No, I'm not saying Twisted Metal, but I'm gonna say it's a PS1 game.
That's my 21st prediction.
And it's gonna be a remake, remaster. No, it's not gonna be a remaster. It's gonna be a remake. Like they're freshening. It's not just making it look pretty. No pearls on a pig. It's gonna be. They're gonna make it good. And it's not been one that's been rumored like Metal Gear Solid remake. So it's barring the one that Patrick already said. It's a different one than that. And it could be Twisted Metal, but I'm not going to commit to anything because I need to make this general.
They're coming out with a Twisted Metal Netflix series. So
they are. It's very likely.
Very likely.
Very likely. I think Fable is going to be resurrected in some way.
Yes.
So
agreed.
We already know that's happening.
Well, I think they're going to make an announcement about the next Fable game, and it's going to be
some more of an announcement.
Cinematic. So a cinematic announcement. Yep.
Okay.
Have they done a cinematic announcement for it?
They have.
For the next Fable game?
Mm-hmm.
Fine, then I guess it'll be gameplay.
There you go.
If they've already done cinematic, then it's going to be.
Yeah, I think that was an E3 trailer either from this year or last year.
Okay. And then what did I say before that? Oh, I said a PS1 remake, newish, unannounced prior. And then the last one, here's the one that I first thought of that I really wanted to do, is that Nintendo still has yet another fighter they're going to add to Super Smash Brothers.
We'll see. We'll see.
They were done.
They're done. Sure they're done.
They said they were done, but I just wanted to come up with a funny one for Nintendo.
At this point, they need to be done.
Yeah, they really do need to be done. I feel like, what is the next Nintendo property that we haven't seen anything from in a while? Like they just did
Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, you know what?
Mario Kart
out there.
I would love another Mario Kart. Yeah,
there hasn't been another Mario Kart.
They're living off of Mario Kart 8 for forever.
Forever and a day. But I feel like Nintendo's not big on putting their main stuff on their non-directs, so they're going to save that for their
which is
directs.
why I'm worried about my prediction, but
Yeah. So I think a minor lame Nintendo mobile game will be announced.
Gosh.
So that's my third prediction. A minor lame Nintendo mobile game will be announced. That's it.
Okay.
So there you go. Those are our predictions. Let's see what happens.
Can I do a couple more?
We will stream, just so you know, we will stream. No, I'll give you a chance. We will stream this Thursday for the 1 day notice you have. It'll be on social media and stuff, but we are going to live stream the reactions. And that's true. You guys are pretty quick on so you got a couple of days to prep, clear out your schedule, pack and make a sack lunch, and just be ready.
Yep. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/The Good Morning Guys.
Yeah. All right, Patrick, throw out some other predictions.
All right. So I know. I think they're going to come out with their PlayStation Game Pass. I really think they're going to reveal it for the Game Awards, where it's going to be PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now is going to be combined.
What are they going to call it?
It should be PlayStation Plus. It's going to be PlayStation. I think it's going to be tiered, where like on Xbox they have Xbox Live Gold and then Xbox Ultimate Game Pass. It's going to be something like that, where it's going to be PlayStation Ultimate.
They totally need to use trophies like PlayStation Plus Platinum, PlayStation Plus Gold, PlayStation Plus Silver. Tier it with the trophy system.
It could be Platinum. It could be the PlayStation Plus Platinum Game Pass. Something like
Game
that.
Pass.
No, it's gonna. It could be. So yeah, I like what you're saying. PlayStation Plus is going to be the lower tier. The second tier that includes PlayStation Now is going to be PlayStation Plus Platinum. So because this rumor of Sony going head to head with the Game Pass as a competitor on the PlayStation side, that Xbox is also going to reveal that they are partnering with another publisher, like they did with EA,
or buying them.
Like they do with EA Play, where you have Game Pass, you also have EA Play. I think they're going to because Ubisoft has their own streaming, and I don't know how well that's doing. But I think that that Microsoft is going to include Ubisoft with their Game Pass.
Okay.
And for free, no change in prices or anything like that for Game Pass.
Just add it in.
Yeah.
So you just buy a box and you never need to buy anything else ever again.
And while they're talking about EA Play and Ubisoft. During that announcement, they're also going to reveal the Apex Legend next gen upgrade.
I really hope that's a thing, because I've been waiting forever for that.
Yeah.
I feel like the Game Awards is because we don't have. I guess we had E3 this year. I don't know. I feel like we put a lot more now in Game Awards than what they're actually going to come up with, or they've
more
come
than
up
likely
with in the past. But man, I hope everything you say is true.
I have one more.
All right, let's hear it.
I have like 10 more, but really I think we're going to hear what NetherRealm's been doing. And we're going to get a trailer for the next NetherRealm game, whether that's Mortal Kombat 12 or Injustice 3.
Okay. MK12 Injustice 3.
Yep.
You heard it here first, folks.
There you go.
Maybe. Perhaps you heard it here first. No guarantees.
Or you heard nothing.
Yeah. And we're all stupider for it. Folks, that is all for our gregarious Game Awards and anticipatory picks for what's to come in the future. As is tradition, some quick housekeeping, where we offer towels, fluff pillows, topped with Andy candies, and tip you off to the GMG news you need to know. The GMG stream team offers content and conversation Sunday to Saturday. Chris, he's there early morning, wrapping up the HZT Platinum and probably starting Mass Effect. Marc, he's playing some Christmas and holiday theme games this month, so join him.
Yep.
I myself Oh, go ahead. You want to plug something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, unfortunately, stream did not happen this weekend. Was not feeling well. So tomorrow night, 10 p.m., jumping into GMG Twitchmas with Miles Morales. Finally.
See you then. Fantastic. And then I'm playing random games at random times on random days. We'll call it, I'm an improv streamer. So you never know what's going to happen.
There you go.
Or when it's going to happen. If you're not down with that, you of course can, if you are into it, twitch.tv. If not, though, we of course will tweet with you on Twitter, discourse with you on Discord. All those links are in the show notes. And of course, we would appreciate if you're of the giving spirit this holiday, rate and review us on Apple Podcast, Podchaser, and the like. Help us to reach new joiners. So feel free to give us some stars, some exclamation marks, an encouraging word, because we want your voice to be heard. Speaking of what should be heard, we are continuing to unveil the GMG MAST 100 list, or the Good Morning Guys Music and Songs Top 100 list, brought to you by someone.
Somebody. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this kind of quick because we're running up on time here. But who wants to go first with their song?
I am going to go first, and I'm going to say it's Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
Nice. So basically, the whole song is is an analogy for Los Angeles. It was basically the inspiration behind the writing of the song.
That makes sense.
It's literally about the Hollywood streets. Axl Rose talks about basically you can get anything you want anywhere. That's Los Angeles, and so yeah, that was the inspiration behind the song.
Nice. My pick is Carol of the Bells, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Had to get some Christmas representation in the best way possible with electric guitar.
Great.
So the actual title for that, because the song is a combination of a couple of different songs, they actually named it Christmas Eve / Sarajevo 1224. That is the name of the song.
That one too.
But you're right in the fact that the main songs you hear are both God Rest You Merry Gentlemen and Carol of the Bells, which is actually I want to say it was a Ukrainian tune that they changed into, but it's more commonly known in America as Carol of the Bells. And it was inspired by the story of this cello player who basically leaves from a far off. Knocking stuff down here.
Mark, you mean a cello fellow?
A cello player he went off and joined a far away, became a famous musician, and then came back when his homeland was in the midst of war, specifically the Bosnian War. And basically the two sides between the more orchestral side and the more rock side are the two groups warring. Yeah. And the cello, the nice cello that you hear is that guy that came back to his war-torn land, and while the war was going on, he would play each and every night in the same spot. He would play music. And so that was basically the inspiration behind the song. Then finally, my pick is Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. This song to me, like, when I think of 80s music, this is one of those songs that makes me just immediately 80s music. And so honestly, this was a song that the guys in the band, they hated it. And initially they didn't want to record it, but each time their producer was like, yeah, let's run that song again. Let's try to run that. And they do it a little bit more and a little bit more. And a little bit more, they began to like it. And eventually they put it on the album. They still think the song is drab as crap, but they started to like it more, and so that's probably one of their biggest hits. Between that and Shout and Head Over Heels, yeah, that's arguably one of their biggest hits. So,
all right,
nice,
very cool. Well, that covers it. Pat and Mark and the spirit of old Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners. I hope you get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.